streets, barren, strange fruit,
Heavenly Father, we come to thank you for your word and your will.
blood on the leaves, and blood at the roots.
You listen to him, and you might just make it into heaven.
Amen.
Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze.
First time director. I mean, I've seen you in a lot of movies as an actor and doing these great performances, but I'm, so, I hate to say proud, I
accept it, brother.
But I'm proud that you've been able to take this challenge and write and produce and direct this. I mean, it's an amazing thing. So congratulations, first off.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
My first question, I guess, flows from that. As a first-time director, after this, now that it's all done and it's going to the screen, what's some lessons that you learned that you'll do on your next project, maybe
there were so many lessons, and I can't even take all the credit for how I received those lessons. There were people that just really came out of the woodwork to really support me. Because I was a first-time director, because I didn't go to film school, I reached out to anyone that would listen, and they gave me advice that I think that was very useful. Steven Soderbergh was like one of the best directors in town and one of the fastest and efficient. Because I had 27 days to shoot, so I was like, I need to meet with the people that know how to move that camera. And he took time with me in the middle of shooting his thing, and he said, know what you want and know when you got it. That's something I'm gonna carry with me forever. I had the opportunity to work with, meet with Mel Gibson. He read my script, and I got to talk to him, meet with him, and he said, rest on Sundays or you're gonna get sick. He was like, because he did Braveheart, He said, I did this thing for 7 months. He said, if you don't take time for yourself, you're gonna get sick, and if you go down, the ship goes down. So it's like, like so many people sewed into me in a way that I took all the notes. So funny, every once in a while I go over my notes as I'm writing. Mm-hmm. I try now I can write for what my vision is, so I don't overwrite. It was like Denzel said, he told me you learn to do by doing, and that gave me a lot of confidence because it was a part of me early on. I didn't want to direct. I wanted to, but I was scared, and so like him telling me that made me feel like just go for it, and if it works, it works. Stay in prayer about everything. Keep the people close to you that you care about. Hire people that are the best and get out of their way. Yeah. And all those things were helpful.
You said something to the extent of that you took the title and retooled it in a way to inspire.
That's right.
How do you feel like this film will inspire people?
Well, the hope is that we will look at the actions of someone like Nat Turner, that looked at his environment, saw so many things that were happening, that were negative, that were, insidious and demonic, and said, if I'm to be a man of God or if I'm a person of faith, then I need to do something to change the tide of what is happening. And he sacrificed everything. So for me, I hope that it inspires a type of disposition in people that they will look at the injustices in their own communities and they will get inspiration from him.
Yeah.
And the tough thing about doing revolutionary work, as per my research, and not saying for me, but for looking at someone like Nat Turner, is a lot of the people that gave so much gave it for a future that they wouldn't even see.
Yeah.
Nat Turner walked to the gallows not knowing that his actions would precipitate the Civil War, not knowing that the Civil War would be the final stamping point on our freedom, not knowing that the Civil War would inspire HBCUs to pop up out of everywhere, and that some of the best academics known to man would come out of those and inspire us to be sitting right here. I think it has to be very difficult to sacrifice in the moment, not knowing that if you'll be able to see those things.
Every filmmaker deals with naysayers, seasoned filmmakers first time.
Yeah.
But you had to hear going through this that you doing this topic is you opening a can of worms, people gonna come after you. Were you willing to accept that challenge to make this project happen?
Look, the reality is this, when I look at what Nat Turner had to go through, or any of the people that I revere, like what Denmark Vesey had to go through, what Toussaint had to go through, it's nothing, like compared, I'm struggling through, like, how am I gonna make these days? I'm like, I'm eating well, I'm safe, I'm healthy, have a great family, like, why am I gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tripping right now, like, I need to evoke the ancestors to give me strength, because I know they had it. They had the real strength to get through. So I stayed in prayer with the project, and even when I watch it, I feel like God's hands were all over it. You know,
Yeah.
there are so many mistakes that I made that, where you threw the thing up and it landed on his feet so many times, and I think it's nothing but faith, in the same way that Nat relied on his faith. I had to rely on mine, and I continue to rely on it moving forward as a filmmaker.
Well, congratulations,
Thank you,
man.
brother.
Great performance, great directing. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm so glad you got to see it, brother. Great to be here with you again.
Yeah.